I, F17, found out that my mother is cheating on my father. My mom and dad are both 42 years old and married for 20 years. Well, my notebook broke and I had to do some research for school, so I asked my mom to use hers. She gave it to me and I went to do the research. While I was on the internet, a message appeared and I could read the phrase, "Hi love." I opened it thinking it was my father's, and what I read made me sick. The message is from one of my father's friends. The guy is married and I study with his daughter. So I looked at the history and it has messages from at least 1 year ago besides photos and videos. It was the most horrible thing I have ever seen in my life. My father takes my mother on dates, treat her very well, help with chores and everything. I don't understand how she has the courage to do that with him. Well, he is traveling and will only come back tomorrow. I copied everything, email, messages, photos and videos, and saved it to show him. I'm trying to hide my feelings but I can't look at her without feeling disgust. What I want to know is how I do it this. I show it to both at the same time? Do I show him first and let him solve it? And my friend, her father is cheating too. Do I say something? Thanks. Update. I would not post an update here, but some people have really given good answers, so thanks. If you want to downvote or delete, feel free, but I will not answer anyone. Well, first I would like to thank everyone for the comments. Soon after I created the post, I got in touch with my older brother, M24. And I told him everything. He was also shocked by all this and said it was for me to keep calm, that he would come to me. He lives in another city. He arrived in the afternoon and I showed him everything, but he was unable to see even half. He made a copy to keep safe and stayed at a friend's house so my mom didn't suspect anything. The other day my dad came home from a trip and my brother and I took this opportunity while my mom was working to tell him. I said that I had found something in my mom's notebook and that I thought he didn't know, and so I showed him. He started reading everything and after about 5 minutes he started to feel sick and vomited. My brother is in medical school, so he managed to calm my father, but he was in shock. We stayed there for an hour and started talking again. I asked him if he knew this or if they had some kind of agreement and he said no. I already imagined it. I asked him if I was right to show him since this was not of my business, and he said yes, that I am part of the family and I did the right thing. I asked him if I should tell my friend's mother, but he decided to call her and ask her to come here. She came with my friend and my father told her everything. She cried so much. She said she had a suspicion that he was cheating but did not know who he was with. She asked me how I found out, so I gave them their IDs, emails, and nicknames, and she went home to look. Later she came back and it was the same thing. Started about 1 year ago, only that my mother was not the only one. He has one more woman but nobody knows her. He told my mother that she was the only woman for him. Ha 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 ha. I asked my friend for forgiveness for not telling her, but she said that I had nothing to forgive, that she understands why I did it. The night my mother arrived, she was scared to see my brother at home. My father asked her and initially she denied everything, but when he insisted she started crying and told the truth. My mother kept crying, saying that it shouldn't have happened. My dad asked why, and she kept saying it wasn't supposed to be like this, that she didn't want to hurt him, that my father was the only man for her, but she ended up letting herself be carried away by emotion, that the other guy meant nothing, that she eventually would stop and tell the truth. Yeah, right. She was begging him not to make any hasty decisions and that she will do whatever it takes to show that he is the only man for her. During all this he didn't say a word. At the end he took a suitcase, asked if we were going to stay. I said I would go with him, so the three of us went to my uncle's house, who lives nearby. He cried all night. I told my brother that I wouldn't live with her even if my dad comes back, so he said I could live with him. This morning she called me to talk. I didn't want to go, but my brother insisted. She said it was never the intention to hurt my father, that she will do everything to be a better wife and mother. She asked how my father found out and I said that I told him. She asked me how, but I didn't tell her. I said that I hope one day I can forgive her, but not now. I said I don't want her on my birthday or even at my graduation party. She started crying again, so I left. Some of you say that I see the world in a way that doesn't exist, that not everything is perfect, that I didn't know what my parents' relationship was like, and maybe you are right, that I'm just a naive girl who doesn't know how the world works. No matter what you do, you will always end up hurting yourself with a person who does not respect you, and that I am stupid to think that there will be a person who will like me and will never hurt me, who we will grow old together and die with the same love that we had when we met. I agree that I am stupid to think like that, but after yesterday I also realized something, the damage that betrayal does, and I prefer to die alone to do something like that with someone. But who am I to understand, right? I will not answer anyone because I already discussed a lot in the other posts, so I will try to answer some that I think they would ask. I regret? No. Will my father try to reconcile? I don't know, but I don't think so. He already talked to a lawyer about divorce. Here betrayal counts in favor of my father in divorce. Why didn't I talk to my mom first? It didn't make sense to do that. First, she had a year to tell the truth. What difference would it make me tell her first? So she can confess? Again, what would be useful? It would be a forced, meaningless confession. Sometimes people have to take a slap of reality to wake up for life. Have I always been angry with my mom? No, until last Thursday our relationship was perfect. How do I feel about destroying two families? Nothing, because I didn't destroy anything. They did it when they wanted to betray. But what if he is abusive or the best does not meet her needs? It doesn't matter if he is abusive, you divorce him. But what about her needs? Okay, but what about his? By the logic, if she is looking for another one, it means that his needs are also not being suppressed and he did not betray.